Colleagues and friends, I'm Larry Leibowitz, Chair of the Tennessee Holocaust Commission. It's my honor to welcome you here today to the Tennessee Holocaust Commission Annual Day of Remembrance. The Tennessee Holocaust Commission was established in 1984 by the Tennessee legislature. It's one of the oldest and most active such commissions in the United States. The commission, by statute, is established in the executive branch of government and is tasked with promoting and facilitating Holocaust remembrance and education across the state. Above all, we celebrate the lives and memories of Tennessee survivors and liberators, some of whom we are fortunate enough to have with us and are here today. On behalf of the commission, I want to thank Governor Bill Lee, his administration, and all of our friends in the House and Senate for their support and encouragement. In addition, I want to recognize and thank all of our friends in the legislature, including our fellow commissioners, Senator Brian Kelsey and Representative Mark White, as well as my hometown state senator, Becky Massey. It's now my pleasure to introduce the governor of the great state of Tennessee, Governor Bill Lee.
Welcome to the 2021 Tennessee Day of Remembrance. I first want to welcome our state's Holocaust survivors. Your enduring resilience and commitment to living courageously despite persecution is a testament to the human spirit. I also want to welcome the Tennessee Holocaust Commission members and educators and the families of survivors. Each of you ensure our survivors' stories are told and carried forward. As you honor our Holocaust survivors today and reflect on the legacy of those who were lost, I want to thank each of you. Your efforts to preserve the stories of the Holocaust are so important, and I'm proud of your work to support Holocaust education across Tennessee.
The reason that we started the Tennessee Holocaust Commission was to educate and inform the people of Tennessee and their children of what happened to a people, 6 million people, who were exterminated solely because they were Jewish, and to educate them of this type of thing so that the general population would know of such a horror and would see themselves that it would not happen again. The work we were doing in the first years of the commission were to first train teachers of what happened during the Holocaust, and then to encourage them and teach them how to, in turn, teach children, because it is the next generation and the generations after that that will see to it that the right thing is done and the wrong thing is not done. One of the things that the Commission has employed over the years was many of the Holocaust survivors themselves were able to actually go out and speak in the communities to help humanize their plight and to let people understand that it's a very precious thing, the life we have, and that everybody should be involved in helping it to continue on.
This is an important day and an important event. It is important not just because of what we remember today, but also for what we can prevent tomorrow. Holocaust education in Tennessee is vital. It ensures that not only are the events of the Holocaust never forgotten, but that we will learn from our shared past and make our current era one of tolerance and compassion. We are at a great risk of failing to properly teach the next generation the true size and scope of the Holocaust atrocity. Many Americans are confident nothing like the Holocaust could ever happen here in our nation. As long as we stay true to our values and our Constitution, I believe this is true. The problem comes when those values are discarded. Prior to Hitler's rise, Germans thought nothing like the Holocaust could happen in Europe, but it did. It happened because Germans did not stay true to their value. They were consumed by a wicked ideology and a dehumanized group of people. In the process, they lost their own identity. We must avoid that fate. We need only to look to the rise of anti-Semitism in the Middle East and on the internet to know that the eradication of this evil is not yet finished. I greatly appreciate the work the Holocaust Commission does to keep this remembrance alive. Thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts with you, and thank you for everything you do to ensure that we never forget.
During the 2 years since our last day of remembrance at the Capitol, we have mourned the loss of members of our Holocaust Commission community here in Tennessee. We now take time to honor their memories.
The annual Day of Remembrance is a holiday, and this year we continue our tradition of pausing to reflect on and honor Tennessee's Holocaust survivors, as well as all of those who liberated them. It's incredibly important that we listen to all who have personally witnessed the absolute worst in our society, and this opportunity enables us to do it once again. We remember all who carry this tragic part of our history forward, whether through stories or personal loss. We stand with you, and we are grateful for your determination, your courage, and your willingness to share your message so our current and future generations understand the magnitude of these tragic events. Thanks to the Tennessee Holocaust Commission for hosting this event. Thanks to our survivors and liberators for their courage. We are also grateful for all who are here today to commemorate and bear witness to one of the darkest chapters in the world's history.
Since 1984, the Tennessee Holocaust Commission has educated Tennesseans about the lessons of the Holocaust, that prejudice, hatred, and violence, as exhibited in the Holocaust and other genocides, lead to the destruction of a humane society. The Tennessee Holocaust Commission has a huge impact on the nearly 100,000 students, educators, and community members we serve all across Tennessee. We train educators and community members about the prejudice and violence that occurred during the Holocaust. We reach public school districts, private schools, and colleges and universities through symposiums, lectures, and seminars with Holocaust eyewitnesses, experts, scholars, and educators. And nothing is more powerful than hearing directly from the people who lived through it. With this in mind, the Commission developed a unique and innovative educational curriculum that's powered by film testimonies from nearly 100 Tennesseans who were eyewitnesses to the Holocaust. This remarkable and important archival treasure helps ensure that future generations continue to hear these stories directly from the people who experienced the Holocaust firsthand.
I want to take time to thank the Tennessee Holocaust Commission for the invitation to participate in your annual Day of Remembrance. We pause on this day to memorialize those lives that were lost in the Holocaust, while simultaneously honoring those survivors of the Holocaust, the educators, the liberators, the witnesses, the survivors. Their strength and their courage indeed does provide encouragement for us. Stories of survival always encourage us to embrace peace and to resist discrimination. It also reminds us of the fact that we are all bound by the common thread of humanity. And so I'm grateful to be with you today and look forward to the day when we can have this annual Day of Remembrance in person again. Thank you.
Nine years after the formation of the commission itself, the Bells-Lipman families decided to introduce an annual award to outstanding teachers in the high school system, that's both public and private schools, in teaching our young people about the history and the horrors of the Holocaust. Each year, interested teachers submit letters to the commission indicating their qualifications for receiving these awards. The grants have been used for such things as personal development, further classroom experience for the teachers themselves, and visitation to Holocaust memorial institutions, both within the United States and throughout the world. Each year we receive a very large number of submissions. This year has been no exception. We are for the first time making awards to a group we call finalists. Terrence Beffrey, Christy Shriver, Jesse Steele, and Denisha Stewart. Our sincere congratulations go to these finalists. We are very happy and proud to announce winners of the awards for this year. Kim Kinnison, Vincent Oakes, and Gary Taft. We are extremely proud of the winners and the finalists this year, and thanks to them for the wonderful work they do in educating the children in the high schools of the state of Tennessee.
Kim Kinnison says she wants her students to learn that the Holocaust happened in and around ordinary people who either chose not to stop it or who were not quick enough to observe and address its warning signs. She uses a timeline activity from the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum so that her students understand the context in which the Holocaust emerged. She teaches about Third Reich propaganda techniques and how they led to anti-Semitic laws, ghettos, concentration camps, and death camps. And her students read a work of Holocaust literature each year. Most of these books are memoirs by Holocaust survivors. Kim says she is committed to teaching about the Holocaust so that it can never again occur. Gary Taft wants his students to learn that victims of the Holocaust were real people with real families and real stories who were denied the right to see their hopes and dreams become reality. He also wants his students to understand the mindset of the perpetrators. He has them read, analyze, and discuss newspaper articles, letters, and official documents produced by the German government in order to help them see that ordinary and well-educated people can perpetrate horrific genocidal crimes. Gary is committed to his work as a Holocaust educator because he says he never wants to see today's generation view the Holocaust as a relic of history that could never occur in today's world. Vincent Oakes explores the Holocaust with his students through the medium of music. Each year, the boys' choir participates in the commemoration of Yom HaShoah, performing musical selections on themes of mourning, hope, and peace. In preparation for the event, Vincent teaches his students lessons about the Holocaust so that they acquire a deeper understanding about it. During rehearsals for the event, his choir students interact with stories, text, and messages in a very active and personal way that further deepens their understanding. Vincent says he does this work as a Holocaust educator to help preserve the memory of those lost in the Holocaust and to help shape a brighter future infused with resilience, hope, and peace. The winners of this year's Bells-Lippmann Award for Excellence in Holocaust Education have devoted themselves to making sure that this generation of students learns the difficult lessons of the Holocaust. Their passion and dedication to this cause will help guarantee that future generations will never forget those who perished in the Holocaust.
It is truly a humbling moment to have the honor to speak directly to our Tennessee Holocaust survivors today. You have all carried a great weight and the burden of educating others on your experiences for so long, and it is important to find humanity again in the face of the most inhuman slice of history the world has ever seen. You, your lives, and your families are a testament to the human spirit, that of endurance, compassion, and immeasurable strength. We are here to serve you and wish to recognize your struggle and honor your courage. We must tell our children and our neighbors alike about this horror and how it was allowed to happen. The Tennessee Holocaust Commission, among many others, are charged with this immeasurably important job of preserving your stories. We must make sure your stories are told, and we must make sure your message is heard.
El Male Rachamim is a prayer from Jewish funeral liturgy that asks God to hold close and to bring comfort and compassion to the souls of our dearly departed ones. It asks God to forever enfold our dear ones in the embrace of God's wings and to secure their souls in eternity. El Male
רחמים שוכן במרומים המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמות 6 מיליון אחינו ואחיותינו שנהרגו על קידוש השם. בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים ויתרו ביתרו החיים את נשמתם אדוני הוא נחלתם וינוחו בשלום על משכבם ונאמר Amen.
Today we are gathered not only to remember those we have lost, but to honor survivors and liberators of the Holocaust in our local community. These individuals are our neighbors, our teachers, our coaches, and community members across the state. Not only have they survived unimaginable horrors, but they have lived and flourished in spite of the violence they bore and bore witness to.
Friends, in a few moments, we will recite the Kaddish, the Jewish prayer for the departed, thinking of this day of the 6 million men, women, and children who lost their innocent lives in the Shoah, in the Holocaust. With them, we remember all the righteous who sacrificed their lives to defend the lives of our people, and those members of the armed forces of the Allied nations who fought collectively for our freedom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yom echon, uv'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael, b'hagala uv'izman kariv, v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam alomei amayo. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei l'kudashah barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom araba min shemaya v'chayim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all of us who mourn on this day. May God offer consolation to all the bereaved among us, and may the lives of the 6 million of those who came to their defense and of those who rescued them be a source of blessing for us and a source of inspiration for the years to come. Amen. as a member of the Tennessee Holocaust Education Commission, and as a descendant, the son of Holocaust survivors, have the honor of reading our closing prayer and sharing it with all of you. We have lived in numerous towns and villages, and in too many of them, the shadow of the past century has allowed for cruel suffering within those towns and villages. And there are the camps, Dachau, Buchenwald, Auschwitz. And what can we say? What can we do? How to bear the unbearable or accept what life has brought to our people. Those people lived with faith, not all, but many. And surely many died with faith in God, in life, in the goodness that not even flames can destroy. They have left their lives to us. Let a million prayers rise whenever we gather in their name. Let a million candles glow against the darkness of these unfinished lives. And may we bring light today to all who suffer and still dwell in darkness. Amen.
The lessons of the Holocaust are the same as the lessons taught by two great passages from the Hebrew Bible, repeated in the Christian Bible. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And, as we have just celebrated Passover, be kind to the stranger among you, for you were once strangers in the land of Egypt. Despite all, Am Yisrael Chai, the people of Israel live. This year marks the 73rd anniversary of the modern state of Israel, born out of the ashes of the Holocaust. Thank you for allowing us to serve. God bless you. God bless the state of Tennessee, and God bless the United States of America.